absolutely brilliant.
Thank you.
I think I speak for everyone here when I say that was just amazing. That was just really
Thank you
emotional.
very much
Great.
for coming along.
Oh, pleasure.
How are you?
I'm very well, very well.
Yeah, had a good day?
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah.
Lovely.
Very good. You guys?
Yeah, just got here, just jamming. Yeah, we've got a Halloween theme going on this week as well.
I feel a bit left out.
Oh, I wish actually. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Go for it. Right, cool. So
I feel a lot
we're
better.
gonna get some pumpkins and stuff, but I didn't have a chance to get any, so we should have gone all
Halloween
out.
till
But
tomorrow,
yeah,
so-
yeah, technically it's not, so that'll be fine.
That's cool.
So tell us, how did your love of music begin?
I walked up the stairs in a music block when I was 11 to see one of my best friends who became my flatmate. He was strumming acoustic guitar, an Oasis song, I think. And,
Good choice.
Yeah. And there was another guy singing. I still don't know to this day who the person singing was. And I went home that day and begged my dad to buy me a guitar. And he doesn't remember me from school for whatever reason. And
Whatever.
for whatever happened
Now I'm
to
famous,
school.
whatever.
And we ended up being flatmates about 10 years later. He never believes me, but he's literally the reason I started playing guitar. He
That
always
is
blushes.
really strange.
That's the
Yeah.
story.
Did your dad actually buy you the guitar that you begged him for?
What, the actual guitar?
The guitar that you, yeah.
No, he bought me a guitar.
A guitar.
But-
was it always like a kind of a downgraded version of what you wanted?
The one I wanted was blue, and he
Aw.
bought me a wooden. Well, they're all wood, aren't they? But he bought me this brown thing. But I loved that.
Yes.
Dad.
Treasured.
Dad.
Thanks,
If
Dad.
you're watching.
Cool,
there you go.
right.
Yeah.
So that's obviously how you got started. Like recently, your influences have stemmed from travelling in the USA quite a lot.
Yeah.
You've been in the States.
Yeah.
How was that? How has the States influenced your love of music and your style?
It was amazing. Yeah, it's like they're so into it over there, and they're like the acoustic clubs and stuff like that. It was brilliant, and I'm really into like the whole Nashville singer-songwriter scene, and I got to hang out with a lot of those and play with them, and yeah, they all showed me the ropes, and because they're a lot more mature than I was when I met them, and now I feel like.
How old were you when you travelled the USA?
I was 23 when I
23.
travelled the USA, and that was a long time ago. Although I won't reveal how long ago it
Oh,
was.
I would have thought you were about 23, 24 now. I would have
Oh
thought
wow!
you were that.
Well, thank you very much.
There you go. They say
Yeah.
flattery is
That's
my
it.
sort of main skill.
Okay.
but yeah, so where did you visit in the USA that kind of
Well, I've done.
you really drew from?
I've done the whole of like the West Coast, the Pacific Coast Highway, and California, and then I came back and did the other coast, the East Coast. We've been up as far as like right up to the Canadian border, and then into Vancouver as well. I've done that, so I've been around a bit.
Been around.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
So what were your influences to begin with?
My influences to begin with, my earliest memory again is my dad singing me James Taylor's Sweet Baby James when I was 2. That's the first thing I remember, and a blue rocking chair in my old bedroom. So James Taylor and my dad were my first influences. And then I really loved the Stereophonics and Oasis, and because you could get the chord books when I was at school. You probably still can, but I haven't seen any for a while. And yeah, so all of those bands. And then yeah, just sort of stemmed from there. And then I got into picking and hitting the guitar, Newton Faulkner,
that kind of thing.
Basically tried to copy a little bit of everybody into it.
Well, you've been compared to, artists like John Mayer and sort of like Gavin McGraw and people like that. And there was one band I remember thinking you sounded a little bit like. There's a band called Daughtry.
Oh yeah,
Chris
I know
Daughtry. Yeah, and I think you sound kind of like
a. He Pop Idol over
he
in America,
did,
didn't
yeah. And then he's obviously he kind of has like a solo act kind of with a band as well.
Yeah.
And you sound like a softer version of his voice, which I think I prefer anyway. But yeah, he's a bit more rockier.
Better than Daughtry.
Softer than Daughtry.
That's a tagline.
Would you ever get heavier? Would you ever? Because obviously you are very acoustic.
We've got a band as well. Me and Charlotte, the amazing singer that does this.
Well done, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte.
Where have you been? There she is. Yeah, we've got a band behind us, so it does get a little bit more rocky. But we stick to the acoustic, country-esque thing that we do. So yeah, it's cool. Come see a live show.
Absolutely, yeah, we'd love to. Yeah,
You're
totally.
going to be on tour where we can see you full band?
There's nothing in the diary yet. I'm about to go back to the States actually to do an acoustic thing again, and I'd love to take the band on tour. So yeah, maybe next year.
Next year.
So your first 2 singles, Inside Out and She Knows, got a lot of independent radio play in the States. So do you feel like you've cracked America already?
No.
You did just mention casually, like popping back to the States
Yeah.
soon.
I've played in the States. I think it takes a long time to crack America. I haven't cracked it. No, I've made a small bit of headway. Yeah.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Ask Harry Styles how they did it.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got him on speed dial, so yeah. Harry.
We frequently hang, me and
He's
Harry.
got a lot more money than me. That's just fun.
That's very true.
Well, you started, talking of like group work, you started kind of touring with other artists, didn't you? And you were a singer, songwriter, guitarist. When did you kind of break into a real solo career?
It's nearly 3 years ago now. One of the bands that we went on a bit of a hiatus because didn't do anything for a while, and I wrote Inside Out, and I just wanted to record just that song, just to say I can sing too.
Yeah.
And then everyone really liked that, and then people started playing it in America, and before I knew it, it turned into an album. And now we're on. Well, the second EP is coming out in December.
Ooh,
and
interesting.
the next album hopefully next. So yeah, it's just.
Well, your debut album is called The Truth.
Yes.
Isn't it, the album? How has the reception been to The Truth?
Pretty good, actually. Yeah, I think I was in a. You must get a lot of singer-songwriters coming. I was in a really dark place when I wrote it, man.
Oh, everyone says that.
So it's yeah, exactly. So I was probably just about as miserable as everybody else when I wrote it, but you know, everyone seemed to really like it. She Knows particularly that got played in Australia in between something going on at a sports stadium. That's my Australian success for you there.
In between something
overnight
going on.
Success it was. And yeah, so
gone global, just like that.
Yeah, that's gone global. So yeah, everyone's pretty got
and
into
are
it.
there any kind of big emotional, brooding blues singer stories behind the songs? Because, like you say, it is kind of an overrated thing, I guess, to kind of go, oh yeah, I was going through a dark patch, but that's what makes good music. It makes good writing, it makes good art, it makes everything.
Yeah, yeah, it does. There are a few stories.
Any you care to share? We're not going to be nosy.
I probably couldn't say. Just trying to think. Well, I wrote one. There's one song that I got in a bit not trouble for, but there's one song that I wrote about an ex, which is called "You're Already Dead to Me," which it's basically a joke. It was a joke, and then I ended up playing it in a competition, and then suddenly that was all over
it
YouTube.
Rocketed up
it was all over YouTube. And,
oh no! So you Taylor Swift someone basically. You just dumped them in there. And
I did, yeah, but they deserved it. Yeah, so there's that. So there's lots of brooding, miserable stories, but that song in particular, for anybody watching, is a complete joke, and I don't wish death upon anybody.
Well, there you go.
I just want to clear that up.
Absolutely, yeah, that's fine. I'm sure you wouldn't. I'm sure you wouldn't.
Yeah.
So you say you've got an EP planned for December.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to care to tell us a bit more about it?
Yeah, it's called Barricade.
Barricade.
The first single is called Sleep Tonight, which is a song about my friend's dog that I played there, where he wasn't getting any sleep because he bought a dog. And and I'm really happy with it. It's the first one that I've done. On The Truth, I played everything myself, bar a couple of tracks. But this one, I've just stuck to acoustic guitar and sang, and Charlotte's come on and sang, and my friend Steve Bassett's played bass, Andy Vickery on guitar, Ashley Rushman on drums, produced by my friend Joe Turner, as was The Truth, and really happy with it. So hopefully everyone else likes it too. Yeah.
So we've got a question that we kind of do on the radio quite a lot, which is if you're really eager, I love that.
Yeah.
If you could play any festival, what would you play?
If I could play any
festival, seeing as you're talking about going global, and I mean, you've probably got an appointment with Harry Styles that you're going to dish us for straight after this anyway.
I've actually meeting Harry in a bit, yeah.
Sure.
I would love to. I mean, play on the Pyramid stage on Glastonbury is yeah. That's it, isn't it?
I'm going to Glastonbury
and that's
this
really
year.
probably a really. You went this year?
I'm going this year.
Are you going? Oh,
yeah, I can't wait.
Get tickets. I sat in line for 2 hours. So I'd love to. Great, that's really cliche, isn't it? Play on the Pyramid
really?
stage.
No, it's a big landmark, isn't it? It's an iconic thing.
I'd love to do that one. So. There you
cool.
go.
Now then, we do this thing where we do a paper plane challenge. What colour would you like? Pink? Orange? Pink, lovely.
Pink
okay,
paper,
so while you make your paper aeroplane, we're going to ask you some Halloween themed questions.
Okay. Oh yes, Halloween theme, of course.
Right.
So,
I can't make a paper aeroplane.
It's fine.
you know
Someone
what?
made
I
a
turned
hat.
to Tom before this happened, and I went, I really hope they don't ask me to make it because I'm terrible at making paper airplanes.
I'm going to make it.
Tom can make quite. I mean, someone on a few shows ago, didn't they? Made a hat because they couldn't make an airplane, so they just chucked a hat, and that was
I'm
it.
so rubbish with stuff like this, but I'm going to go for it. Let's do it.
Cool, right. Favorite Halloween film? Favorite scary film?
Paranormal Activity 1.
One, the first one.
Yeah,
the
the
first
rest
one is
of them.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Best Halloween costume you've ever put together?
best Halloween. I went as the Jim Carrey's The Mask one time.
Oh really? What? Just like green paint or
yeah,
the board mask?
green
or?
painted it up and yellow suited.
Zoot suit and everything.
Yeah,
Wicked.
it's horrendous.
That is horrendously creepy.
Yeah.
What are your main fears? What are you scared of?
I'm not. This fluctuates. I'm really bad with heights, but sometimes I'll be okay. And I'm not a massive fan of flying things, particularly wasps.
Okay.
So, but
wasps.
yeah, wasps.
Bet picnics are like a nightmare for you.
Yeah, I avidly avoid them.
Avidly avoid it. Cool. Would you rather be trapped in a haunted house or a scary wood?
Oh, that's a good question. Scary wood. I'm an outdoorsy kind of guy.
See, I prefer being confined. What about you? I wouldn't want to.
I'm
The
claustrophobic.
openness.
I'm claustrophobic.
Oh, there
That's
you go.
for the last
There you go.
question.
Yeah, there's a fear. Claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Cool. Not cool, obviously.
No, so
Not
yeah,
cool at all.
cool. Take
Awful,
pleasure
if
in
anything. Take pleasure in that. Final question.
Yes.
Zombie apocalypse. What's your plan, Steffan? What would you do?
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. Where would you go? What would you do?
Well, I watched World War Z the other day, and if you get yourself infected with a deadly disease, then they ignore you,
Oh, okay.
and then you can pick them off one by one. That's what they did.
So you would kind of
Spoiler
lessen
alert!
your
Sorry,
chances
if
by
anyone
getting
hasn't seen
a
the
deadly
film,
disease
don't bother renting that.
to
now.
avoid zombies.
I would get a deadly disease to avoid zombies, kill the zombies, and then get the cure.
It's a bit backwards, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I know,
It's a bit
but I
like
bet
chopping
no
your
one's
leg off
given
to
as
not drown.
interesting answer
That's
as
the best
that.
answer I've had.
Thank you very much.
Definitely the best answer I've ever had. How's the paper airplane coming along?
Well, it looks more like a. I don't know what that is. That's it. That's my effort.
Doesn't look like
Let's
a
have a little
strong
look.
effort.
It's quite. I don't know. It's very long, very slender.
Is
It's
this a
very.
competition?
Yes,
of course.
It's the
Florrie got
It might travel
29
quite far
feet.
though.
Florrie.
Yeah. So you've got 29 feet to beat.
29 feet is Florrie. Oh my gosh.
29 of Amy's feet. They're quite
Yes,
small,
they're
so you might be
tiny.
in for a-
I'm size
in for a
4,
chance.
so I mean you haven't really got.
What from here?
Just
From over here,
there.
yep. Just come with me. Whoop. So if you come just about here and just chuck it. So down the red cable there.
Excellent.
Okay.
Strong effort.
Well, I mean, if I sort of just like wobble a little bit, I can probably get there. But I'll
Take
just.
small steps.
One.
Oh, come on.
All right. Okay. Small step. My size feet.
Thank you very much.
3, 4, 5, 6.
6.
6 feet.
6
yeah,
feet.
That's not bad.
Well
that's
done.
pretty good.
Okay.
That's great. You do get a
Thanks
handshake.
very
There
much.
you go. It was a pity
Excellent.
handshake.
That was a bit. I feel pitiful.
Right, cool. So you're going to play us a few more songs then? Okay, because that is what you are good at. Not so much making paper planes.
Thank you very much.
Oh, do you want to tell us first
But
where
you're
we can
great at
find
music.
you on social media
Oh,
and
yeah.
internet?
SteffanJamesMusic.com, Steffan James Music Facebook, Steff James Music Twitter with one F. I don't know why. YouTube, Google Steffan James Music.
And it will come.
I'll
It will
pop
come
up.
up.
Okay.
Lovely.
Cool.
Excellent.
Wonderful,
Forward to
right,
a couple
okay.
of songs.
Thanks for that.
Thank you very much. And just while they're setting up, we're going to say quick goodbye. We'll be back next week.
Yep.
As we always are with Coffee House Sessions. You can find us on Demon TV's YouTube channel. And Steffan James is going to play a few more songs for
Okay,
us.
we'll hand you over to Steffan James. Thank you for watching. Woo-hoo.